K-Smell presents Now That's What I Call Lilith Fair. All the ambivalent hits of the 90s you probably forgot, such as Four Non Blondes, Emmy Lou Harris, Sean Colvin, Sarah McLachlan, Juliana Hatfield, Tracy Chapman.
He got a fast car, I got tickets anywhere.
Susanna Hoffs, Joan Osborne, Letters to Cleo. Annie DeFranco, Indigo Girls, Jewel. And sadly, many more. Act now and we'll throw in, I guess if we have to, The Best of Seattle, featuring Soundgarden. Black hole sun, won't you come? Alice in Chains. Yeah, they come to snuff the rooster. And Pearl Jam. Send no money to K-Smell the 90s, Box 000, Seattle, Washington. Can you K-Smell the 90s? I can. From Marvel Studios. Watch as the Walt Disney Company pays tribute to one of their most beloved stars by not recasting him, and yet somehow still manages to insult his memory by making a lackluster movie where everyone is a walking, talking, living, breathing stereotype. Black Panther 2: Wakanda Forever. See the most advanced civilization on Earth that is rich in the precious metal known as vibranium. A metal that's given its society technological advances, and yet for some reason its army is still fighting with spears. Now they'll face one of Marvel's original villains, Prince Namor, the Submariner.
My enemies call me Namor.
I'm pretty sure it's Namor. If your enemies aren't calling you, then you can thank your phone plan. And doesn't this guy look kind of doughy to be someone who swims all the time? I mean, sheesh. Then Marvel will introduce one of its worst new characters in decades, that they honestly believe is capable of taking the place of Tony Stark.
Walking around here with that ash on your head.
Kevin Feige, if your goal was to save money after She-Hulk and go bankrupt at the same time, then job well done. Starring, nobody really cares anymore. Don't miss the most racist movie in history, Disney Marvel's Song of the South. Phase 4 just keeps getting worse and worse. At this rate, there'll be nothing left when we finally get to the X-Men.
You do not speak into my country and tell me what is fair.
Go, 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 go.
Nobody goes off train.
Take their wheels and leave them.
Nobody goes off train.
Take their wheels and leave them.
Hey-ho, Silver, away!
The following video is brought to you through the generous support of viewers like you. If you like this content, then please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing this video. And for those who are in the position to donate, this channel thanks you. And so does this orange cat. From Lucasfilm, the company that has done more to destroy everything you love since your ex-wife got all your stuff in the divorce, comes the series that literally has no stakes because you know the main character has to live long enough just to die at the end of Rogue One. Andor. Meet Cassian Andor, the title character, a space immigrant who grew up on a Lord of the Flies mining planet, who now lives in a junkyard like Fat Albert and the Cosby Kids, with a bootleg version of Wally who gets peed on by a space dog, pig, thing, I'm not sure what this animal's supposed to be, and is now on the run after killing two guys. Watch as Cassian Andor is hunted by discount Kyle MacLachlan, who's the only American on this show, as for some reason he's been cast as the bad guy. Nice way to be subtle with your subtext there. Now, Cassian Andor must elude security forces by walking, strolling, sauntering, strutting, ambulating. Yeah, I'm running out of synonyms for walking here. Can we get to something interesting, please? Then, after 2.5 episodes, there's finally some action, with a generic shootout in a garage, where pulleys take out more bad guys than the actual weapons do. You know, this show is about a guy who crosses the border illegally, murders 2 people, and is now running from the Federales. Are you sure the Latino community wants to take ownership of this one? Diego Luna stars in the series that is ultimately completely pointless in Dead Man Walking. How is this Star Wars' prestige show? It's quite literally about nothing. At least Seinfeld was about a bunch of neurotic a-holes who were undateable in New York. That was at least something. This guy's just walking around for an hour and a half.
Is that enough screwing around? Is enough wasting time?
Cornfeld.
Cornfeld. Oh, yay. Oh, yay. Cornfused is a yokai from Yokai Watch. Those are worth a lot of money now. I'm like, you know, why is it always the things that you never want to sell? Right? It's always the stuff that's like, the thing that I'm actually connected to. It's never like the Dead or Alive game that I don't give a flying flip about. Hello, everyone. I am Becca. We got some more Mindy Kaling. There's some stuff. There's some stuff that might be relevant. This is kind of fun. We were reading through this Forbes article.
Mindy, why couldn't you be a doctor? Oh, yes, I have to go make people, you have to go make people laugh. Oh, Miss Funny Woman. Oh,
We've decided we're doing it like a panel show today. I don't know. Is everybody okay with that? People want a panel show today.
Yes,
we can be a panel show.
You invited Mindy Kaling's father.
Did we? Where is he? Do I have a picture? Is that it? No, that's me and Velma. Is that it? That's not Mindy Kaling's father. We need a good Mindy Kaling's father picture.
Start complaining about being the bad guys.
Is who what?
Something about the British being bad guys? The bad guys have been, the Brits, we British have been your bad guys for decades.
The end of the Civil War was near. No.
F-Troop, yeah.
Is that what we're talking about, the British? Wait, they didn't fight the British then. Who were they fighting?
The
The Hakawi. They were fighting the Hakawi.
Where the Hakawis?
I don't know. What are we talking about? We're talking about Mindy Kaling.
Mindy, you screwed the butcher again.
Is everybody hating the Mandalorian trailer or liking it or mad at me for saying it's cute but not watching season 2? But mad that I didn't watch season 2 and think season 3 might be cute. And there's the internet for you. You can't have an opinion one way or another. Yeah, don't watch Velma. It's very bad. It's a lot of yelling.
How do you think I feel? I'm Mindy's father and I don't even want to see Mindy at this point. She's brought much shame to my family. What is wrong with you? Oh, yes, I'm Miss Funny Woman. Oh, look at me. Oh, I'm on the office. I'm so funny.
Are my glasses crooked? They feel crooked. Is it my head? My head feels crooked. I don't know. I can't tell. The Last of Us is pretty... Okay, so here's the thing with The Last of Us. I think that if you want a nice zombie apocalypse movie or TV show or a good video game adaptation, I think people are going to like it. I think it's very much well done for what it is. That being said, it's kind of a drag. Isn't it? Isn't it? It's kind of a drag.
The Buckinghams would agree.
It's kind of a drag. Because, like, it's depressing. Kids get put to sleep, which is kind of funny.
Don't know that.
I'm gonna assume. And it's just not. It's not fun. It's not a fun sit. It's not a fun, lighthearted, entertaining. You know, like it doesn't make me feel like people are worth fighting for or living for, right? That's the thing. That's the thing. Because with all of this, the world is over, all this stuff, with all of these things, one thing that all this post-apocalyptic stuff does for me is it just puts me off to all of the doom stuff, the doomsayers. Is that a word?
The doomsayers. Yes,
The politics too, and all of that type of stuff. So that's kind of my thing. Like that's the last thing I'm gonna watch for my entertainment is the world collapsing. You know, where it feels entertaining, right? Yeah. It's like The Walking Dead, right? If you like The Walking Dead as your entertainment, then great. These are crooked. These are a little crooked. That's why I'm like wonky.
The glasses aren't crooked. Your head's just leaning to one side.
Is it?
Little. One side's a little higher, but it's
My
fine.
head's are high. My head's higher. Or my glasses.
No, it's.
Now I'm like, which is it? Oh no. Oh, because that's gonna give me a headache if they keep moving like that. Anywho, because I tighten this one side up. And anyway, where was I? So when I see that type of entertainment, that's why I'm kind of a little bit more into where we're kind of going with the 90s show, per se. Where we're going with the less heavy entertainment.
Yes.
The less bad entertainment.
Mindy, why can't you make something like the Nandi show? And look at that, it's so nice and everybody.
Because that's a sitcom, Dad. Like,
Everybody
oh my God.
is happy, and except for the father, but he's. I can relate to him because he's not happy.
He's an old poop anyway.
Yes, he's a character. I see myself in that screen. Yes, I am the father in that sitcom.
Are you sure?
No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure of anything. This is a bad accent too.
It is. Now I'm fiddling with my glasses to see if they'll stay on straight. I don't know. So Last of Us, like, one of those puzzle shows like Lost. I don't think so. I think it's gonna be. Well, isn't it just they have to take
we didn't finish watching it. I mean,
No, it was too sad. So they gotta take Bratty Bella Ramsey to. I think he's gonna break her out, and then they have to go and travel the post-apocalypse because she's immune to she's got it, but she's not turned yet or something. Like she's infected, but she's a carrier, but she's not getting killed from it or something. I don't know. It's one of those sort of stories, right? So I don't really get into those so much because they're so depressing. It's like I don't want to see society after it's collapsed, for crying out loud. So that's why I haven't been watching those sort of shows, and that's why I rarely watch those sort of, and that's one of the things that were so bad about Star Trek. Is like I didn't sign up for Walking Dead. I signed up for Star Trek. You know, I signed up for corny stuff and pretentious at times, like Darmok. Darmok's pretentious, and we know it. There is the season I'll be displeased. I don't want them to hurt Baby Yoda. But like Book of Eli with the travels, I never saw it. Never been to The Last of Us. Yeah, I never got into a lot of that. I mean, I really have to be in the mood for it. No Terminator. Well, Terminator was in like the 80s, and Terminator 2 was in the 90s. You know, like those were still like I could go outside in 1992 and possibly see, you know, John Connor driving down the street, running away from the Terminator on a motorcycle. You know,
yes, with Axl Rose playing.
That's a Rose. You could be mine's blaring on the radio. Like that could actually. That was 1992. Judge Dredd. Oh, I can't deal with Judge Dredd. No, I'm not dealing with Judge Dredd. I don't like anything. I don't like anything after society's collapsed, pretty much. Those stories are just not for me. So anytime they're like, oh, it's Earth, but it's fakey McFakesville Earth, but it's not Earth because there's all these weird creatures that don't actually exist on Earth, like hobbits and stuff like that. Those I don't like either. Those I'm not too crazy about. So, speaking of Velma, why everybody hates Velma? We got like 3 freaking articles on Velma.
It's a shame that it's not on regular television because we could pull up ratings.
Yeah, it's just on stupid streaming. Well, it's on HBO Max. So a lot of this Velma stuff, I don't know. A lot of this has to do with like I don't know if Mindy Kaling is a troll. Like, she's just, you know, such a bitter, nasty, sort of mean-spirited person where she's just trolling everyone?
I don't think she's clever enough for that.
Or maybe she's just like, I'll just be as nasty as I want. I don't care. They'll get controversy.
They're talking about season 2. Oh, they always talk about season 2.
I did a video on that. See, and this is the other thing. YouTube has been completely, seriously suppressing my stuff, and I'm very, very irritated by that. So.
Mindy, why are you talking about season 2? This show sucks. This show is terrible. You are a bad writer. I told you when you were.
Alright, I think that's Vit's going a little. if you see me not playing along for like 3 times in a row, we're not doing the bit. All right, you get him on a bit and he just goes on forever. But I don't know who greenlit it. I think just the problem with Velma is that they just needed stuff to fill streaming. I think. And they were trying to do anything. They seemed drawn together Adult Swim. Oh, this is about as bad as Drawn Together and Adult Swim stuff for me.
Well, Drawn Together had its moments.
Did it? Because there's annoying crap like this too for me. Like I never liked Drawn Together.
Drawn Together, I
didn't like that one.
I liked a lot of stuff in Drawn Together.
Yeah, a lot of this Adult Swim animated comedy for adults is just not good for me.
They want to be
like I can't stand Rick and Morty.
They want to be Rick and Morty. And
yeah.
They constantly have everybody shrieking and they have people talking over each other. And it's just grating. They want to be Rick and Morty. They want to be Lower Decks. It's more Lower Decks. You take an established IP, intellectual property.
Throw a bunch of references everywhere.
And then you try to make it have adult humor. And a lot of it isn't funny.
Was she a good writer on The Office, though? Or do people just say she was?
I think people say she was.
Because I've never actually seen... I couldn't sit through the American Office. I thought it was awful compared to the British one. And the British one wasn't that great, but it was a lot better than the American one. Like, it was okay. You really had to, like, be a British office worker to understand a lot of the humor, I guess, in it. Or a lot of... Like, everybody... Well, David Brent was a jerk, but that was his charm. And
she had... Everything she's in, she plays herself.
Yeah.
So the Mindy Project, it was literally called the Mindy Project. It got canceled after 2 seasons on Fox. I mean, there was the other show.
She's got that other one.
Never Have I Ever.
Yeah, that's the one. Like on Jeff's video, he was saying that they were shutting down the entire Universal for her.
Oh yeah, she's so oppressed.
They shut down the whole park for her.
They shut down the park. Parts of the park were There's the UK office, but the American one was great. Okay, well, I used to have a friend of mine at trivia. She used to talk about The Office all the time. I'm like, I'd like to talk about it with you, but I've never seen it. Why would you think I've seen this?
Yeah, you need a job to kind of relate to it. No, but I'm Tish. Sex Life of American Girls. I don't need that much information, I think. I don't know. If it's R-rated, I won't watch it. If it's... See, I don't know. I'm just so, like... I'm tired of hearing how oppressed these people are. Because, like, I could show up to Hollywood tomorrow and get the door slammed on me everywhere.
Yeah.
Because all they would have to do is pull up one YouTube video of mine. Right? And even before that, like when I was nobody, there's no way in hell I could show up out of nowhere and get any sort of traction in the industry. So I'm so sick to death of hearing how oppressed Mindy Kaling is or any of these people when they're sitting from their mansions, when they're literal millionaires. It's kind of like what we see with the stuff going on YouTube lately on their little politics too, how they're all realizing that they're all freaking corporate shills. It's like, oh, really? You're just realizing that? I could have told you that. Mm-hmm. Oh, she says she is. She says she is.
Says she's what?
Conservative. Mindy says she is. All right, we'll get into the video part. We'll get into the video part here. Have we misjudged Mindy Kaling all this time? I am Mecca, and is she just pulling a giant you-know-what over the whole industry and using that to play everybody against each other? Is she, in fact, on the side of, well, I don't know what side she's on, because I don't know what side I'm on. I'm certainly not on that side, or the other one, because those sides tend to eat each other alive, or they tend to pick each other apart like vultures. And they tend to try and descend upon and swarm and cancel anybody who disagrees with them, even mildly or slightly. It's all a game of who can groupthink each other the mostest. And is Mindy Kaling on the side of the people who want to cancel? No, is she on the side of J.K. Rowling? That's what it looks like. I was going to talk about this a while ago. I did talk about it on a live stream. This is all relevant to something that we've discovered inside a Forbes article. I think everybody had assumed. And I was seeing this going around with the Velma stuff. I was seeing all this stuff going around where the big to-do, the big crazy, the big offended, the big, I'm offended, and that's the biggest, most worstest thing ever thing, right? The big thing going around is think of the children. That's going around on a certain side of the internet. And I was seeing people making comparisons like the very side that defend Velma are the side that put children on hormone blockers and boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. Whereas Mindy Kaling's never said any such thing about any of that sort of thing. Mindy Kaling has never said any such thing about any of this. I think people just assume and decide that everybody who's working in the industry is part of the industry, overly politicized for one certain party or another, sort of clique, cult, whatever. I think that's what's going on here with some of this. And maybe she might be like me and just doesn't give a flying flippity flip about either side of this. And it's just all about, what can she do to further progress her own image, her own reputation, her own brand, her own projects, her own stuff. She's getting her name out there. Mindy Kaling liked a J.K. Rowling tweet, and they all swarmed and yelled at her over it. The wokier than thous, the ones who claim to be morally superior. When they're not fighting the other ones who claim to be morally superior. That's where we're at here. And yeah, I don't care about either side anymore. I read my most recent royalty check, and find the pain goes away quickly. Oh, somebody yelled. Somebody yelled at JK. Somebody yelled at JK for this tweet where JK was tweeting, somebody asked her, how can you live with yourself knowing all of the pain and horror you cause people by existing and having a different opinion on things? Like anybody would on their pile of money. I read my most recent royalty check, and find the pain goes away quickly. How do you sleep at night knowing you've lost a whole audience from buying your book? That was the question. She doesn't care. She already made her money on her books. Not only, this is the problem. So much of this interaction on the internet is fake. You don't even know if this is real people. Is this corporate agenda trying to push one side or another with a bunch of fake accounts to any person who might have a little bit of influence on anything? We don't even know. This might not even be a real opinion that people have for or against J.K. Rowling. I don't know. There's a whole controversy going on with that. What it relates to is that Velma nobody likes Velma. No side of the aisle. 6% Rotten Tomatoes audience score. The wokier than thous don't like it because it's got bad-paced Me Too jokes and doesn't actually have a socially progressive message. It just complains about it, much like most of this socially progressive BS garbage programming today. And we're going to get into some more of that with that 70s show or that 90s show and how it isn't woke at all. Surprise! I know, I was surprised too. That's coming up, so stay tuned for that and yell at me for that one. Forbes dissects why everybody hates Velma. Well, I can tell you what, it's not good. It's a bunch of that's all you hear the whole time. There's 2 more episodes. Of Velma. Do we want to talk a little? Who are you? Why are you here?
I'm Rob off camera.
Do we want to talk a little bit about why the new Velma episodes are just as bad as the old ones?
The new Velma episodes try to come across as some sort of feminist progressive feminist progressive messaging.
Yeah.
But
She has to. So there's a serial killer loose who only kills hot chicks. So she has to ugg up all the hot chicks.
Don't call them uggos. Don't call them uggos.
Don't call them. And then she comes to the realization finally that they can be just as valid with their powers of hotness as she can be with her sassy, smart, sassiness. So she's now coming to accept the fact that she's a horribly unlikable snit. And that's okay, because as long as she accepts all these, because, I mean, she's trying, I guess, to learn the message or not to judge these other women. But she has to make them ugly because there's also a part where she gives Fred a feminist handbook, the feminine mystique she gives him. So he can see the inner beauty inside.
And so he's like, oh, what a ripoff. There's nothing about the X-Men in here at all.
Yeah, because he was thinking it's about Mystique, you know.
And then he has his brain broken and starts to see Velma as hot, which is not possible. You know, let me tell you, the original Velma, from the original series,
it's fine.
You'd see her as being cute and adorkable, and you know, this version, no.
Mean. It's mean and nasty. Everything is mean and nasty about it.
You just wanted to tell her, shut the hell up. That book is so overrated. Yeah.
So we even get Shaggy and Daphne.
Well, no, Norville.
Norville's not even Norville.
Daphne.
Daphne finally says, "You know what? Stop going after Velma. She doesn't like you anyway." Velma and Daphne, they have their little kiss, and they decide, "Oh, we're just gonna be friends."
We're not gonna be.
Fred wants Velma now, and she's like, "No, I don't want you anymore. I don't want you anymore. But I'm gonna keep this for when I'm thinking, and I'm on alone time or whatever."
Yeah. Because Fred is still just a douchey white guy, according to them.
So Shaggy and this character that everybody on the internet was thinking was Scooby. No, she's actually Gigi or whatever her name is. She's actually got a lot more character development than Velma. Mm-hmm. And so Norville does meet her, and you know.
No, he doesn't meet her yet.
Oh, he doesn't meet her yet?
I
thought they met at the very end.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember. It's so forgettable.
It's so forgettable. It's so unpleasant.
Really is. It's forgettable. It's in one ear, out the other, and it's like that by design.
Yeah.
It really is. It's like that by design.
It is so much like Lower Decks.
And they throw as much information at you so that you can't process anything.
Yeah, there's a part where Velma and everybody, all the girls have to basically fight to see who's the most vulnerable.
Yeah.
Or the least vulnerable girl in school. So they have to fight practically to the death.
And they have a big Cobra Kai tournament, and actually the name of the episode is called Velma Kai, which is an insult to Cobra Kai.
Which is coming back for this final season.
Yeah, well, yeah, you don't want Cobra Kai to go on for too long.
No, what else can it really do?
Yeah.
So, usually there's a strict divide between progressive and anti-woke content creators, but HBO Max's Velma has somehow united both camps. Everyone hates it! Why? Velma is a reboot of Scooby-Doo that doesn't feature Scooby-Doo and reimagines the Mystery Gang as a diverse group of teens with dramatically different personalities from the original characters. Yep. Taking a new direction of an old story isn't a bad idea in itself, but Velma is so far removed from Scooby-Doo that viewers have speculated the show might have been conceived as an original concept that had a popular IP slapped onto it at some point during production.
I don't doubt that.
No, I think she always wanted to do a self-insert of Velma. A self-insert backstory of Velma. But I think maybe it was like something where they were trying to go and see, well, who we could just do the Scooby-Doo gang. Why don't we do it as Velma?
Well, why don't we make this the Scooby-Doo gang? Mm-hmm. Wouldn't it be funny if?
But she probably had this with a whole bunch of those types of shows where they were probably all pitched at some point. And that's the thing. I think these were pitched before they were thought through, and they were kind of slapped together on the fly after the pitch.
This is very Lower Decks.
Yeah.
This is very Lower Decks.
It's quick. It's cheap.
It's quick. It's cheap. It is, like I said, everything is just the shrill yelling. Lower Decks is trying to be Rick and Morty, and Rick and Morty was trying to be Back to the Future, is what it was. But at the same time, listen, I like Rick and Morty, okay? But I don't want to see everything turned into Rick and Morty.
Mm-hmm. Microwavable TV show. Yeah. These are mass-produced filler. This is just like a copy of a copy of a copy. It's like what can we throw together during probably lockdown where it's all voice acting and people just phoned it in from home. Literally, this is literally phoned in. This is phoned in TV.
They could have very well just read the lines in their living rooms or in their bedrooms or whatever, and then just sent the files into a web server.
Yeah, this one says, reminder, the only reason the series is called Velma is because it was an original standalone series that was forced to be put under an IP to be marketable.
Now,
I don't know about that. I don't know. This is speculation, but such suspicions have become increasingly common talking points among fans and critics recently, who have grown tired of watching reboots and don't seem remotely connected to the source material, like Resident Evil, Witcher, Halo, or Lightyear.
Well, Lightyear is supposed to be what Andy's is supposed to be Andy's Star Wars.
Yeah.
But
Andy has bad taste.
Yeah.
Yeah. Facing an assembly line of content designed to invoke empty nostalgia, audiences seem to be becoming more cynical, and who could blame them? Velma is also being criticized for a shallow sense of humor, which is extremely self-referential and packed with snarky pseudo-progressive one-liners that seem stolen from 2016 girl boss Twitter. We were saying that. Was this written in 2016?
Yeah. So it could very well they either had this idea kicking around for a long time.
Yeah. So she probably shopped around to a lot of different variations of the networks. Or of the network.
Well, there's only one place she could shop. It was Warner Brothers.
Well, yeah, but probably different people, though, right? Different iterations. She probably kept coming back every couple of years.
Oh, hey, I got this Scooby-Doo idea I want to do.
The show mocks Fred for being a white man and having a small dingle-dangle. Groundbreaking stuff, but also makes edgelord jokes about how #MeToo has neutered comedians. The fact that Velma goes from weird transphobic jokes in the same episode mocking how comedy shifted after Me Too to, whoa guys, diversity win has officially made this the first ever show without a demographic to appeal to.
Yeah, it's trying to be all things to all people.
Yeah. The show seems to be attempting, proofread your crap, to appeal to all sides of the political spectrum and pleasing no one in the process. It's as if the writers combine the one-note humor of Lily Singh and Steven Crowder.
Lily Singh, diversity.
And Steven Crowder, Daily Wire's on my big tech. No crap. I could have told you that. You mean they were all trying to get in bed with Daily Wire and Blaze and get all these super marketable $1 million contracts? Yes. Yes, they were. Yes, they were. And that's part of why I was shunned and crapped out of the thing. Yes, and I am not family-friendly marketable. I am not going to be controlled, and I am not going to kiss up to big tech. Nor am I going to cry about it and pretend like I didn't know. So, speaking of that, Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I was going to say something before we went off on this Lily Singh, Steven Crowder thing. Both sides of the political spectrum. It doesn't appeal to any because it's just so mean-spirited and in poor taste for everything. This one, I was comparing it to... I'm a big music geek, and I was a teenager in the 90s, so I'm older than I look. Point is, there is a musician. Her name was Liz Phair, and basically she kind of did the Alanis Morissette shtick before Alanis Morissette did. She kind of did sort of these empty pop songs because the label wanted to market her a certain way, but in reality, she wasn't that great of a singer. She was kind of okay as a guitarist, kind of okay as a songwriter. Overproduced this crap. Shauna Velma doesn't even know what she's into, Fred or Daphne. How is she supposed to know who it's for? Yeah, it's for everybody and nobody. So the point is, I was comparing this to what happened to Liz Phair. We can cut out this whole Liz Phair tangent, but I just wanted to make the point live. When we edit this, she ended up not having any success in the music industry and working behind the scenes as a composer for TV. And to blow off steam, she wrote this really out there stupid album only for herself called Fun Style, where she was just screwing around in the studio, making a whole bunch of stuff that didn't make sense, taking shots at music producers who personally offended her. And that's what Velma seems to be doing. It seems to be personally taking shots at people. It seems to be personally for Mindy Kaling Kaling and nobody but Mindy Kaling or the people writing the show just to blow off steam at the industry, at Twitter, at social media, at the expectations, at the demographics, at all this garbage. And to what? And to what? Yeah, it wants to be all sides of the political spectrum. But when you try and do that, you're going to get that ceiling of, well, YouTube. People like Lily Singh and Steven Crowder, they only have the real market appeal on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's that ceiling. This is why you don't see Markiplier on TV. Or you don't see Jacksepticeye on TV. Or, there's this whole thing. It just doesn't work. It really doesn't work. It's going to be a very long time until America can compete with anime when this is the current standard. Well, nobody's trying to... Yeah, there's the Fred thing. I don't think they're trying to compete with anime. I really, really don't. I think this is an old property they had shopped around to cash grab an IP because she wanted more money. Because she wanted to stick it to people. Because she was just blowing off steam. She doesn't take this seriously, clearly.
Well, she gets an executive producer credit on this
Yeah,
as well. So that's another thing.
You can just throw whatever you want and throw it away and cash in on a paycheck and go back to your thing. Meanwhile, you get to troll up a bunch of controversy around this, honking off a bunch of people in the process, I think. The show has sparked frenzy and discourse, inspired parodies, and is currently rated... Oh, do they have the Black Shaggy? Yeah, the Black Shaggy? Velma in a nutshell. Nobody's doing the Black Shaggy parodies. Go subscribe to the Black Shaggy channel. Everybody likes that one.
Yeah.
Black Shaggy works on TV. Speaking of, and thank you so much.
That's right.
That is exactly what I'm talking about, Phonebox Chicken. That is exactly what I'm talking about. Watch that video.
Excellent!
Absolutely. All right, when you edit this, come back in here. The show has sparked a frenzy of discourse, inspired parodies, and is currently rated a 1.3 out of 10 on IMDb and 57% on Rotten Tomatoes, with an audience score of 6. People generally liked Velma as a character, but they really, really, really hate HBO's Velma. Because it's bad. It's a not good impression or interpretation. You guys always act like you're better than me, because they are. Oh, I love that Family Guy meme. That's great. Of course, anti-woke YouTube is having a field with Velma, blaming the show's poor reception. I don't think it's woke. I don't think it's good enough to be woke.
No.
It's not good enough. I don't think the message comes across clear enough to be woke. That's what I should be saying. Because if I misspeak, then people will be like, oh, you see, she said she wanted. No, I don't want to be woke. I want it to have a more clear progressive message. Because this one clearly doesn't. This one has it, but like everybody's saying, it wants to be both things. And take it from me, you cannot be both things. What you can do is say, hey, I don't want to be part of any of this. And if you state that to beginning, if she said that to beginning, it's like, look, I don't want to be part of any of this. I'm tired of the left versus right. I'm tired of the right versus left. I'm tired of the woke versus anti-woke. And it's not even good at being woke. It doesn't even do that well.
No, it doesn't.
It really, really doesn't. Because
it doesn't.
It's too mean-spirited to everything.
I mean, yeah.
Jesse Gender. Oh, no, it's Jesse Gender.
They cite Jesse Gender in this.
Well, she would be one of the ones who are offended. Okay, here. This person says, I refuse to watch it, not because of the valued criticism of Mindy Kaling, but simply due to the fact that I actually love Scooby-Doo for the silly franchise that it is, and I'm generally uninterested in edgy adaptations of children's material. That's a great point. That too, I do not want an edgy version of Scooby-Doo, and I probably wouldn't even be watching it or talking about it because I'm not a kid. But there is that place in your memory that you don't want ruined by having something take a giant crap on Scooby.
See, Black Shaggy could have been the savior of Velma. Like, listen, if they think this is offensive, I'm only offended because it's not funny. Also,
yeah, Jesse, you might want to get Jeff's video out of there, because I don't think Jeff's so much anti-SJW. I mean, he does have the woke busters, but at least I'm not part of the alt-right YouTube anymore. I
mean, you could have done this if you were gonna
probably would be if we get more views on it if I were. But then again, my channel's just got that stupid warning from that glitch sitting there. So share the content. That's why my channel isn't going anywhere.
If you were gonna make this if you were gonna make this offensive, then go all out. But they clearly wanted to make the Mindy Kaling character the smartest one in the room.
And she's not.
And she's not. She's an idiot. She's an idiot. She's smug. She's arrogant. And her stupidity gets highlighted just about on everything. She's wrong about everything. It's like every modern thing with a female protagonist. They're wrong about everything, but it works out for them.
So it wants to be Harley Quinn. I think after a while they decided to develop it into closer to a Harley Quinn. I think it started out a lot of years ago, and she's been kind of reshopping it ever since. So that's what I think. Where's the one that said that Mindy Kaling found herself to be conservative? Where's that?
It's the other one, the other Forbes article.
The other Forbes article. I know there was another Forbes article.
Another Forbes article.
Well, for flip's sake, which one? Daily
That
Mail.
one with the suitcase.
The Savage Reviews Online. Oh, okay. Because I can only read so many of them before it doesn't let me.
That's why I took a screenshot of it.
Ah, okay. Listen to the article. It's a 5-minute article. So it's getting savage in reviews. Is this the newest one? This is the newest one.
But it says she's more conservative.
Okay, that's where it was. Because I saw that and then it went away, and I'm like, I don't know. Maybe she's trolling all of us. Velma always seemed like a bit of an odd experiment, a reimagining of Scooby-Doo in an adult animation. Say that 5 times fast. Format, where the danger is real and the jokes are more crass. It could have worked. No, not really. But by all accounts, it doesn't. Not at all. The first 2 episodes of Velma have arrived on HBO Max. They haven't really impressed critics, but audience reviews, those are brutal. Yeah, they are. Before you hop in and say, well, this is people review by, it's not. It's really not. They were getting just as many positive fake up, which we've done videos on. Everybody's done videos on. It's led what you might have assumed would be a far more left-leaning fan base for the show to accuse creator Mindy Kaling of making it actually a somewhat conservative project, as people cite past comments. She's made things like her liking recent J.K. Rowling tweets as evident of her personal views. Oh, that's it. She liked it. Would it? They're saying that's why because she liked a tweet from J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, well.
Okay, let's play what if C's. What if it's not a crime to like somebody's tweet about counting money, and it doesn't make you left wing, right wing, chicken wing, whatever? Maybe it doesn't make you anything. What if you're like me and sometimes you fall asleep with the phone in bed and you accidentally like something, like you're laying there and you accidentally see, sometimes I do that. Sometimes I accidentally unfollow, all kinds of stuff. So because I'm there like half asleep if I wake up or something really early, and then I want to go back to bed because I don't want to get up at 7. Given herself the showrunner, Mindy Kaling, who's faced criticism for her transphobia and once described herself as way conservative, and it kind of makes sense. Oh, where does it say that? She said she is. Oh, this is just somebody's tweet.
Well, look at it's in the other part of the.
In his tweet, bad writing takes.
Way conservative. The text there.
A crystal code.
Well, oh man. Well, she described herself as way.
Where does she say it? Correction: Velma's showrunner is Charlie Grandy. While Mindy Kaling. So it's one of these. See? Told you there was more to this. And I don't know why we care one way or another. This is what I'm wondering. Why do I care one way or another when this show is just terrible?
It shouldn't be. Conservative, liberal, moderate. It shouldn't. The show's bad.
Right?
That's it. The show's bad.
The show's bad no matter who you are. Even if you're pro WEF. The show is bad. She's also Velma's voice actor. Okay.
Velma Dumpling.
Which means she did the lines for this attempt at a joke clearly aimed at the anti-woke audience that they were never going to get. Who knows? Tons of jokes on rich white people, fine. One jab at woke culture, and she's basically the World War II bad guy. We're reading too much into it. It's just a bad show for bad people who don't like Scooby-Doo. That's all. I think that's all we got. We're reading too much into it. Who cares at this point? I am Mecca, and the show's just bad. Don't watch it. Watch the Black Shaggy fan edit instead.
That's right.
I don't care.
One of us is up to over 1,000 views.
Well, your Black Shaggies? Oh, that's
Yeah.
good. That's good.
One of them's up to
Well, they're funny.
Yeah, that's right. That's just, yeah, that, ha, ha.
Well, we got to do a couple more of those.
Laugh, right. Ha, ha, ha. Very funny. Very funny.
Speaking of, since YouTube is completely hiding and destroying any supporters, if you guys want to hit that member button, join thing, you can gift memberships. If you're extraordinarily wealthy, you can super chat, subscribe, whatever.
Yeah.
We're probably gonna come back and do some gaming tonight.
Later.
I'm not rapping just yet. I'm just kind of advertising. We're just kind of taking five before we go into the 90s show. Do we have any 90s show articles that we can talk about? Because we did watch about half of it. We watched half of it, and we'll tell you what we thought.
3 or 4 episodes or whatever it was.
We'll tell you what we thought. Because, man.
Black Shaggy is the man. That's right. Black Shaggy is the man.
No, I don't want the IMDb on news. That 70s show recap. What to know before that 90s show drops. CNN, IGN. Let's see. Who else? A day ago. Pretty much everybody's got cameos for the most part. Most of them, anyway.
Including Fez. Yes.
Yeah, they brought back Fez.
I like how they didn't say where Fez was from. He's just an exchange student that didn't get exchanged back.
Can someone explain the Me Too joke? Why it's offensive? I don't know. I don't understand.
It's supposed to be a dig at. It's supposed to be a dig at comedians being cowed, but a lot of people took offense of it because, oh my God, how could you minimize our work because of Me Too? Me Too's done so much for somebody. No, Me Too's destroyed a lot of lives.
Now, Me Too is a joke, I guess. I don't know.
Me Too.
I like Night Court version 2. Sean Russell, thank you. Night Court. Did I say Night Court?
It says Night Court.
Did I?
No, it says Night Court.
I know. Oh, I thought I said it.
If you were to ask anybody involved in this Me Too thing, Time's Up Me Too thing, and do you think it's right that you get massages at a $400 a night spa, and with money people are donating, they would probably say, yeah, that's what charity's about, isn't it? That's what activism, raising money is about, isn't it?
I don't know. What are you talking about?
Me Too.
Okay. I tuned out. That's the thing. I tuned out right away. What am I looking for? I just lost it. I lost my article. I got a couple of articles. Nothing really that... Excellent! That's loud. That is loud. Also, thank you so much. Me Too is a money grab. Where was Hyde? Where was Hyde? I think it was because he got... well, he's not in the show. He moved away and... Yeah, he moved away and...
Yeah, he's not going to be on it ever, they said.
Yeah.
He's not...
Because he got Me Too.
Just, yeah. Pretty much.
Speaking of, well, I mean, I don't know enough about that to weigh in one way or another, though. I heard Scientology's involved. So that one, I'm like, I really don't know about that one. If Scientology, if that type of stuff's involved... The other brave stand. Some people see me flipping out that little Frank Welker, the voice of Fred, is involved with it. A little. Is he?
What?
With the Velma? Frank Welker?
No, he's not.
Is he?
I don't think he is.
I don't know. Or maybe they're mad that he's not involved. He's Fred's dad. Is he?
One of them, that voice did sound familiar. I think it might be.
Sean Russell, he was hiding. I think he just might have moved away.
Yeah. Let me see.
Like his escape response protocol. Okay. What do you mean? Okay. I think it's just where I stopped paying attention.
Fred Welker.
I think it's where I stopped paying attention. So we got some 90s show news. What's going on?
Yeah, he is. He's going to be William Jones. He is Fred's dad.
He's Fred's dad?
Shame, because you're going to regret that decision.
Why? He got paid.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
No, really. I mean, he got paid for it.
The 90s show was okay. Well, it's not done in the spirit of meanness. That's the thing. They're not trying to make you feel bad for liking it.
I don't know yet. I mean, you're not. Well, it's not part of that. What the hell? You know, like the sci-fi culture. Oh, they make you feel ooh. You can't like or dislike anything that people don't like in that crowd. I don't know.
Excellent!
So that's where we are with that one. Oh, my glasses still feel wonky. They feel wonky. It's because they're tighter on one side. That's why. Oh my god, it's driving me nuts. Weird Al has a bit part. Does he? Okay, so we only made about halfway through. So anything we say is just like a halfway through. Do we want to talk about that, or do we want to talk about Night Court first? Actually, we've got a twofer. Here we go. There we go. Because we have watched we watched about half of what's available.
Excellent!
So. He's a kid who gets his foot chopped off comedically. Who?
That's Weird Al.
When was that?
In Velma. The kid gets his foot cut off in the second episode with the paper cutter.
No. That happened in Velma?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the 90s show.
No.
I'm like, there's a kid who got his foot cut off in the 90s show? No. You gotta keep with me. I'm trying to move on to the 90s show here and Night Court. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know why. We're in Velma. No worries. Rob was trying to, Rob's supposed to clarify.
No, Sam the Brave Fan was
not you.
Still on Velma.
No worries. Oh, no worries. No worries. I'm not turning into a space case. I'm just I don't care about arguing whether something's woke or not so much anymore. It's just such a boring argument because the people who care if something is woke or not basically think that anything without 100% straight white men in it, and only straight white men, is woke. So that's where we're at. So I don't care so much if something is woke or not, personally, and I tend to kind of zone out and not.
Happy Cynic agrees. Yeah.
Right. Having watched the 90s show, I can definitely say they took a page from Cobra Kai on how to treat a fan base.
Yeah, it may not be. Well, we're gonna get to it.
No, you can say it. We haven't, that's the thing. We haven't finished it.
I'm not that big. I like that 70s show.
Yeah.
Okay, I liked it well enough. I'm not gonna be. Oh my god, how can they stay not? I'm not that big of that 70s show.
Lore purist
or whatever, but it's good enough. So the Clarkson May Hammond era of Top Gear and little else then.
Huh?
Oh, he's talking about. Phonebox Chick is talking about Top Gear. Don't get me
makeup.
started on Top Gear, okay?
I'm fixing my makeup because it all got worn off already by me talking. Well, you want to talk about Top Gear real quick? So I kind of want to let me hit on this article real quick. Let me hit on this article because I'm kind of clipping these two as I go. What?
For the straight white men comedies.
What was it?
Oh, the Clarkson May Hammond era of Top Gear, comparing it to the straight white men comment.
I don't know. Is it possible to bring back shows and make them not too bad? Yes, it is. And we got 2 of them that aren't too bad, surprisingly. And even the LA Times is agreeing with me, which is weird, and I don't trust it because big media, big tech, I don't trust you people. Why do you agree with me? I guess a stopwatch is right twice a month anyway, right? Night Court and the 90s show. Welcome back, the age of prestige TV. What do they mean by prestige TV? Who are you? Why are you?
Well, shows that you tune in for, and I'm Rob off camera. You
Are
know.
they shows you tune in for, or
Sort
you
of like
just kind
flagship shows?
You just kind of watch them because you're curious. I think I was mostly curious with this.
Well,
I was curious, at least with Night Court, curious to see what they were gonna do. Same thing with the 90s show. We've got a couple of 90s show articles. So we have seen about half of what's available of both of these. So Night Court, there's 2 episodes available. We've seen one of them so far. The 90s show, we have seen half of this. High in nostalgia, but only half baked.
it's not terrible. It could be a lot worse.
Night Court. Do we want to sum up real quick on the Night Court?
Night Court is, they pick up about 25 years later. Melissa Rauch is Harry Stone's daughter. She's teaching Night Court.
Teaching? Oh, she's
Night Court?
judging.
She's judging Night Court.
She's the judge now.
Well, didn't they always teach you a lesson on Night Court?
Yeah, usually.
She's on the bench at Night Court. And those who are unfamiliar with the idea, it's where people go to settle small infractions. Like you get a citation for jaywalking or for indecent exposure or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the kind of offense, just so you don't have a backlog in the legal system. So anyway, we digress. It's a very, very common thing in bigger cities, especially New York. Anyway, so Melissa Rauch comes in. She gets Harry's old courtroom. They have a public defender that quits, and she tries to coax Dan back into public defense.
Meanwhile, he's been doing process serving, but he's also kind of a nice guy underneath. They're setting him up as a widower.
He's softened with age.
Yeah, they're setting him up as this kind of, he's going to be an old softy, but I think he wants to take the challenge. She softens him up in the end to get him to come back temporarily to be the defense attorney now instead of prosecutor. Because this lady, she's kind of a super, super duper, I'm going to break through the glass ceiling and I'm awesome because I'm a woman type of prosecutor. She's a real narcissistic, crazy mean girl.
And he retorts, well, someone who's actually broken through a glass ceiling.
Yeah. Shove it, lady. Shove it, toots. That type of thing. Melissa Rauch's character is like super optimistic people person, sees the good in everybody and wants to help everybody. It's got a lot of heart so far.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see where it goes. If you were a fan of Night Court, check it out. I don't think you'll be disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, like, Night Court wasn't something it's...
Yeah, people aren't going to lose their minds if they destroy Night Court like they did with Velma or The Last Jedi or Ghostbusters. It's not one of those properties, and they're doing okay.
Yeah, I don't think anybody really expects anything out of Night Court.
Yeah, it'll last a season or 2, maybe 4 if it gets really, really popular, but, it's not harmful. And that's what really, I think, the best we can hope for with a lot of these. They're not harming anything. That 90s show, high in nostalgia, but only half-baked.
Well, okay, yeah. Well, it's kind of a thin premise to begin with.
It makes a lot of sense that we come back in the 90s when everybody, there's Kelso and Jackie. Yeah. There they are.
And the whole,
they have a cameo.
And there's actually a line from Red. Why did you reintroduce chaos into this house? Meaning Red was happy, everybody was gone. Kitty's like, I like the chaos. He misses. She's
an empty nester. The whole premise is they're empty nesters, and all of a sudden, Eric and Donna drop their kid off for summer, and everybody the whole house kind of opens up to chaos again.
Yeah, which is kind of, like I said, it's an natural extension of that 70s show.
What we have to talk about, though, is how accurate it is for, especially my gen. I'm literally the age that these teenagers are playing in this, or I was in that era, right? Mm-hmm. That's my teenage time, mid-90s. That's me, all the way, right? It's pretty accurate for the most part, considering... People want to say, like, this has been my biggest criticism that I've seen online. People want to say, it's diverse, it's woke, it's this, it's that. Really? Did y'all live through the 90s? I mean, I literally had friends who reminded me a lot of the couple who are constantly making out.
Yeah. I mean...
Taya Leslie, only he was more Native American and she was more, I think, I can't remember specifically, she was probably... Hispanic-y, Asian-y looking, maybe. That's kind of how these kids are. You know,
Yeah.
you've got a couple of diverse kids. Sure, you would have in the 90s. You got a gay best friend.
Well, nobody was.
Every girl had a gay best friend. It was the 90s.
Nobody was really banging the drum for diversity. It was just kind of happening. And then we had this quote unquote multiculturalism
In the age of
movie coming, multiculturalism coming in, and they started, you know, really banging that drum.
Yeah.
So this, yeah. But we used to kid that she looked more like Fez, but she looks more like Eric.
Yeah. Like these two, the Ty and Leslie. From
That
high
hair
school.
is more 80s though.
Yeah, her hair's a little more. Well, some girls had that type of hair, but you know,
this is
he's
also-
a little whiter than the kids I would.
Yeah, but this is
know.
also more representative of what kids were like in the bigger cities.
Yeah, you would have like I knew kids who had that specific sweatshirt. I remember that shirt. Don't you remember that shirt?
Oh yeah, I remember that shirt.
Yeah.
And this is the young lady who has moved into
Donna's house.
Donna's house.
Yeah, and her brother is this guy.
Now they also
Then that's his girlfriend who's like way out of his league. You got the gay best friend, and then you've got
actually there's
you've
a
got the
character
neighbor
here.
chick. Is she the parent of the two?
She's a parent of some.
She's a parent of somebody. Is she?
She just kind of drifts in and out.
Yeah, I don't know whose parent. She's got two kids, but I don't know if those are the two kids.
The hook here is she's dating Fez.
She's dating Fez. Because Fez is now like super hair salon, you know, he's Vidal Sassoon now.
Fez is a local celebrity, and
Spoiler.
Fez is actually running a very successful salon.
They hang out at the mall.
Yeah, I mean this is all very kind of the only thing I notice is that the fashions aren't nearly as baggy as they should be.
I mean, it
there's a
depends
few-
on what they were. Like the best friend girl, she's kind of she's the chick who's into like the music. She's into she's into all the alternative bands.
Sonic Youth, Soundgarden. She's got all the posters. Nirvana.
See all the posters. So we're going
Bikini
through
Kill.
coming through all the posters trying to name that band. I'm like, seen them. Skipped them.
Yeah.
I saw a hole.
Saw a hole.
Yeah.
That makes one of us.
I saw Stone Temple Pilots.
Makes one of us.
Saw Veruca Salt.
I saw them. I hated. They were terrible.
I'm trying to remember just the ones on our roll.
Four people who sounded like they never played together in their lives.
So she's got a Veruca Salt poster on her wall. They get a keg, and Leia kind of impresses everybody by basically manipulating the lady at the store to sell them the tap because they accidentally got the keg, and yeah.
Mama. Was her name.
Netflix isn't woke. Are they lesbians? I don't think it's woke. I mean,
No,
you
they're
look
not.
at these casts and assume it's going to be, but no, this is kind of how kids.
These are just.
Do I need to pull out my yearbook? Let me pull out my
No,
yearbook.
these are just kids. These are just kids. They just happen to be these ethnicities, and they don't really. I mean, one of them is Kelso's son,
Yeah. So the real pretty boy one is Kelso's son.
and he acts just like the apple doesn't fall far from the
Yeah,
tree.
he acts just like Kelso. They find weed in the basement, which we saw in the beginning.
Red
This
is
Kelso's
red,
kid.
still red. Red hasn't mellowed with age any.
Well, Kelso's kid's more the guy who wore the puka shells, and he's one of those guys. So the guy is just like the brother. It's basically she's got her best friend, and then the brother and the girlfriend hang around, and then she's trying to bang Kelso's son. And then they have a gay best friend. So that's what it is. Like her new bestie had a gay bestie. We got up to the point where they went to a rave.
Yeah, actually, that was pretty cool.
There's Fez.
There's Fez.
As if no time.
He's cute
has
enough.
back
I like
to me.
Fez. So was Kitty always trying to grind all over everybody's...
Well, no, that's something probably.
Everybody's, yeah. Because it seemed like she was a little flirty with Kelso, a little flirty with Fez.
That's something they.
Is that new? I don't remember
that's
that.
new, I think that's new.
Yeah, Red and Kitty were the best characters anyway, and they're still really good characters. But it is kind of nice to see some of the 90s. Like it starts off when she first stalks her bestie. The bestie's there singing with the headphones, the Alanis Morissette, You Want to Know. And I'm like, okay, so that's summer of like 95. I remember that quite well.
Yeah, what year was this? This is actually, they make it a point. They say July 1995.
Which is like one of my all-time favorite summers. So.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like you said, it's...
Actually, I'm probably a little older than these kids because I was 16 in 95.
Red foot in butt Foreman. That's right.
Yeah. Oh, and so we're liking this one. So not every show is crap. You know, we're really enjoying
No,
this one.
I mean, like I said, it's
look at that phone. Oh, look at that phone.
The cordless phone. Yeah, that brings back memories.
Oh, the cordless phone. See, we're enjoying the nostalgia of a lot of it too. Like that's kind of part of it.
Tommy Chong is also in it.
Tommy Chong's in it. We won't spoil that so much. Kitty and Red. She wants to. Oh, we haven't gotten that far where they're in the internet yet. Their house looks so small. The only people I don't really like are Donna and Eric, but I didn't like Donna and Eric that much anyway.
Yeah. I mean, they do throw like a couple era specific references. Oh, let's be friends. You mean like Ross and Rachel?
Yeah. Or I borrowed my dad's CK1. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
CK1 fire spray.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's very.
Back in the UK, then the Britpop thing was at its peak. Oh, Pulp, loved Pulp, loved Supergrass. Those are my favorites.
Pulp, Suede. Probably.
I missed Oasis. By seeing them by like a day, but
yeah.
But then they only were good for like an album. So.
I mean, I was in my mid-20s by then.
Seeing Pulp in May. See, I like Pulp. Oh, so are they still doing old? Are they doing old stuff? Or are they doing new stuff? Because what's up? Something happened with Jarvis Cocker, and I don't know. But I always loved him as a front man. Just those little the movements and oh god, love Pulp. They're so good. Anywho, so I can talk musical. So we're going through.
Yeah, so there's the room.
Calamity Jane is one of them.
From the past.
Yeah, that's not really is that really
Is that
really a 70s color? The purple, the lavender.
The 90s color.
90s color rather.
I mean,
lavender.
Maybe. I mean.
It probably is. The boots are a nice touch. The combat boots are a nice touch.
Yeah.
Okay.
She would have worn torn. Torn stuff was huge.
Yeah.
Flannel.
I mean, so yeah.
She looks just like Claire Danes. So yeah, that outfit. I've seen so many girls with that outfit. So Leia looks so accurate. She's pretty accurate. Like she is that dorky girl that wanted to be like Claire Danes and Blossom and all those sort of things.
Yeah. This girl.
I was closer to like this girl with the torn stockings.
I can't remember what her name is, but
we like her though. She's great.
Yeah, she's actually great. She's actually got she's very sharp.
She's very laid back, and she kind of brings Leia out of her
shell.
Yeah, out of her shell quite a bit.
The actress is really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the actress is good.
Yeah.
Both of all the kids are really good actors in this, so like they don't get on my nerves. You know, I kind of like these kids more than I like the old kids because, like I said, I never liked Donna and Eric together.
And people are gonna say, "Oh, it's woke."
Jackie was a B word. I mean,
people are gonna say it's woke because she's biracial, probably.
I don't hang out with her.
But I'm like, well, okay, fine, she's biracial, but the character's still good. I mean, what can I say?
Yeah, I mean. Biracial kids existed, and Lenny Kravitz was a huge rock star in the 90s, and he was biracial, and he was an adult. So
I've known interracial couples that have been together for 25 years. I mean, listen, what's the big deal about that?
Yeah. So
they're rating it at 7. Okay, that's a fair rating.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not the bestest thing ever.
Yeah, you're right, Greg.
But it's pretty good. It's pretty good. We're liking it.
Yeah, it's actually, like I said, it's not a bad way to, it's not bad as entertainment goes.
In the age of reboots, revivals, and sequels of beloved classic shows, that 70s show, which aired from 98 to 2006, has been given another revival. Wow, it started in 98, and they're going back to 95.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
3 years before this show is set.
It's given another revival. And unlike the failed attempt with that 80s show, that 90s show succeeds by continuing the story of the Foreman family instead of swapping out for a bunch of random 80s people.
Yeah.
Even if it does rely a little too heavily on its predecessor at times. But that's what you want. You're turning into the 90s show because of that 70s show.
I mean,
you want a continuation.
Is there going to be a 2000 show? That 2000 show at some point? Probably.
In 5 years, if this one takes off. It's that 15 years after the end of that 70s show, the 90s show finds Eric Foreman, Topher Grace, blah, 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 all of them. They live in Chicago, and they have a young, awkward teenager named Leia. They visit Eric's parents for the summer. And all heck breaks loose, and she's like, no, I want to stay here. She's
supposed to go to space camp.
Gwen is the friend's name. Gwen.
Gwen.
Yeah. So, and then she's got the half-brother.
Yeah. Again, divorce, remarry. Mm-hmm. I mean, not uncommon in the 90s.
No. Well, that was even the joke with Jackie and Kelso. That they were getting remarried again. Again.
This is their second remarriage.
That they've gotten divorced and remarried.
And then divorced and then remarried again.
Because of course they would.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would like it doesn't look like the dollar of Fez. I don't know, because they did it better this time. Because
she's made up more, probably better.
Because Rob's an istophobe.
I knew it. You were cheating with Fez. I promise you, Alec. I was not doing the sex with Donna.
Everybody's cheating with Fez.
We're all a bunch of dumbasses.
We are. So yeah, that's that 90s show. It's actually pretty good. If you like that 70s show, you might want to...
It's not terrible. Yeah. Listen, there's worse ways to spend a few hours, really.
Yeah, and it's not going to make you mad. It's not going to make you upset. It's not going to preach at you.
It doesn't talk down on you. How dare you? How dare you like that stuff? It was so misogynistic. No, it doesn't. None of that.
It's not going to inject any kids with anything that's probably putting them to sleep because they're infected by zombie Last of Us viruses or spores or whatever. You know, it's not going to be a drag. Watch the 90s show. It's not a drag. I am Mecca.
I'm Rob off camera.
Don't go anywhere. Topher Grace, the worst pick for Venom. Don't you think? Well, Topher Grace is such a weenie. He's so tiny. He's so tiny compared to Laura Prepon. Yeah. And she's not even like giant.
No.
She's what, only like 5'7" or 8.
I don't know what she's tall. I would say
she's not that tall.
For an actor's height.
She's still really petite.
Laura Prepon.
Yeah, she's still really petite. And then compared to him, he's such a...
Prepon.
He's so tiny. That was always my problem with
42. Those. And she is... How tall is she? Height. She is 5'10". So, okay, so add 3. So, if you're over... What? If you're under 5'3", add 3 inches. If you're over a certain height, then subtract 3 inches.
I don't know.
I think that's
I don't know. I'm not sure. Oh, James Gunn's trending. Doctor Who's trending.
Doctor whatever.
Why is everything trending? James Gunn. Oh no. Oh, always be Aquaman. Well, I think so. Oh, he's talking about Aquaman. Aquaman. James Gunn. The secret of happiness is starting in the morning with coffee and a comic. Met with Ben yesterday because he wants to direct and we want him to write. Ben Affleck. Jason Momoa suggests he'll be sticking around for the DCU. That's what we're looking at. That's what it is. And I should probably show you guys because nothing of this is bad. And I can show you all of this. Everything is perfect and fine and wonderful. Untitled Disney. Oh no, what's going on Untitled Disney? Untitled Disney. Oh. Greenlit 30 sequels. Is this fake? I don't know.
That's gotta be fake. That's gotta be fake.
It's gotta be. Exciting news, everyone. Who is he? He's not...
Good news, everyone. Hey, I do a pretty good Farnsworth. Good news, everyone.
Disney. Oh, wait. This actually might be real. I tweet about Disney theme parks, Marvel, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Geeky Sparkles follows him. Who is this guy? Do you know who he is? Have you heard of him?
What's his name? Scott
Gustin.
No idea.
Variety follows him. Okay, so he might be somebody now.
The name sounds vaguely familiar.
Did Disney just do... Yeah, there's a whole bunch of Disney Untitled Disneys.
Take a look at the chat. What Greg Kirby said. I once dated an Asian woman named So Wong. Is that what she said when she broke up? So Wong.
Avengers Secret War 5/1/26. Untitled Disney, Untitled Marvel, Untitled Pixar. Avatar 4. Oh, no.
Those are all placeholders.
Yeah.
A lot of those really can't.
Yeah, that's just so they have the next few years planned out. That's not too impressive or a big event.
Those are subject to change.
What's going on with Doctor Who, do we ask? Do we dare? Oh no, Wonger's sequel. You know what, if they got Madison and Wongers... Tom Baker's birthday. Oh, it's Tom Baker's birthday.
Wongers!
Ew, no Doctor Who.
I went down to get a loaf of bread and a man tried to sell me.
Doctor Who. I don't know. Doctor Who, I'm so disappointed lately. Oh, new companion.
Oh, every freaking street they film on in London. So exactly the same.
There she is. She's running. Yay.
Yay, run, little
Run,
girl.
companion, run. Evil Dave Chappelle. What did Dave Chappelle do?
That's right.
Let me close it.
That's right. I'm sorry.
Evil Dave Chappelle is trending, reminding me of how uncultured people are. I don't know. I don't care. Is who crying? Am I gonna watch Doctor Who? I don't know yet. I'm not sure. Evil Dave Chappelle.
That's right. Hi.
Okay, that's not anything interesting.
Dave, I'm gonna raise him.
What other? Do we have any other topics? We're only an hour.
I have
16
no idea.
in.
I have no idea.
Why is Tolkien trending?
Who knows?
I don't know either. Writing again, speaking a bit of Elvish. No one cares. Alright, just nothing. Nothing interesting there. I don't think. Cobra Kai Season 6. Do we care? Yes, we do. I do. Do you have one more fight in you? 6th season is coming soon. How soon? Time to finish the fight 6 hours ago. These are all just clips.
Well, they don't. It's probably because they don't have
It's
a trailer. They don't
clips.
have
No trailer yet. Hilary Swank needs to be in the final season of Cobra Kai.
No, she doesn't.
You know what? I can live without her. I can live without her being in Cobra Kai because I didn't see the movie she was in.
Oh, so didn't a lot of people.
I didn't see it because I was confused that with number 3, and then I remember number 3 has Terry Silver in it, and that one's actually good.
There goes on.
So we just got an announcement, and that's yay.
That's it. I mean, that's really it.
That's all we can say. I do like how it does really, really finish a reasonably decent TV series, you know?
Hopefully they're gonna finish strong here. Oh my God.
It's like you never really realize that you want it to be.
It's kind of like, you know what? I'm ready for it to end. I'm ready for. I'd rather see it finish strong than just drag out and suffer. Oh, there's the Iceman. There's the Ibanez.
Yeah. Why is Paul Stanley trending? Okay, it's his birthday. Like, he didn't die, did he?
How old is he? He's got
70?
70? He's 70?
Yeah, there's the guitar.
Well, actually, I compared the two on Reverb. Was it $1,200 one?
Yeah.
Has like nice binding on it. The $350 one has no binding. Yeah, it has metal parts. Like the inlays are nicer. I mean, yeah, it's just nice. It's just a little nicer. That's all. The 5 to 10% difference you're paying for. You're still getting a great guitar for $350.
Yeah. Is it for 5% difference though? Is it worth that much of a price change?
Well, like I said, it's that 5% that really makes the difference. What the heck is? He's playing a Gretsch. No, he's playing an Epiphone.
Yeah, that's an Epiphone.
He's playing Epiphone Wilshire. Epiphone Cornet or Wilshire.
See, now I'm just looking at what guitar he's playing.
There it is. That's the one. See, like I said, it's got bind. It doesn't have just binding. It's got like triple binding, like, you know, the thin little binding, and then the thicker one.
Yeah.
The parts are actually polished metal. The mirror effect. It's probably made of mahogany, where
that's the thing. It's like, it's a nice guitar, but I would almost want to leave it to a Kiss fan who actually really wants it, because
the more expensive one, yeah.
Yeah. Because, like, I'm not a Kiss fan.
The cheapy one, I'll buy and play that cheapy one, no problem.
Well, let's go get it. Anyone want to help Rob buy a guitar?
$350.
Crying out loud.
I wanna pay for love.
That's their best song, their disco song, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you can pull up on reverb.
Well, I'm looking. No, I don't need to. Where's my thing? What else is going on? Do you have any new Black Shaggy episodes coming?
There's gonna be more Black Shaggy coming. Just you know. There's gonna be actually the who was it? The guy from the Johnny Depp clones was playing that one. Like guitar.
Oh, he was too. Yeah.
He was playing Surrender.
Why is guitar so hard to learn? I don't know.
Because it's not
The best band you've never heard of. Do we have a picture of it? Yeah, he's got a picture of it.
I'm trying to put into a phrase. It takes a long time.
Which camera? It's that
As
guitar.
someone who's actually learned and taking lessons, it takes a long time for your hands to go from what your brain is telling you to actually getting what your hands are doing. It's all muscle memory.
Also, it's a band of drag queens.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, there's a couple regular people in the band, but there's a group of singers.
It's a bunch of drag queens.
Happy Cynic. Listen, if you commit yourself 3 months, it'll take you about 3 months to become proficient. That's it. That's what I always tell people. 3 months. 12 weeks. You practice. You manage to put away an hour of practice every night. You're going to get better in leaps and bounds. And after about 12 weeks, about 3 months time, you're going to be pretty darn good. Memory and reflex actions decrease over time. If you start at 10, you're fine at 60. Good luck. Really, 3 months? Yeah, 3 months. 3 months before you start a noticeable difference. But you got to commit yourself to at least an hour of practice a night. And it's not as difficult as you think. You
Hand me a guitar.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you just have it on a stand nearby. You're sitting there watching television. You pick up the guitar and you fart around on it. You practice some scales for like an hour or whatever. Get yourself a metronome.
Some people are more equipped for piano than guitar, though.
Well, some people. Imagine piano. Piano takes years.
Yeah, but some people, it just depends. If your hands naturally go this way, do piano. If your hands naturally go this way,
it takes you 3 months to become noticeably better. It'll take you years. Of course, it'll take you years to master it. But you can. The Music Anon, best band no one's ever heard of. It was Japanese punk band, the Blue Hearts. How long till I play like the Ghost of Hendrix? Until you get to heaven and beat him? I guess. Rachmaninoff is hard because it has huge hands. I mean, well, take a look at my meaty hands. I mean,
yeah, versus me.
Yeah. These are my hands. So
Here, put yours next to mine there.
I mean, look. Oh, I soak in palm olive. Mine are absolutely beastly. How long to play like Yngwie Malmsteen?
Yngwie? I don't know. Here, do your
probably years. I mean,
go plug in and do your Eddie Van Halen.
I mean, I can do that here. I mean,
go ahead.
I mean, listen. You can say I want to play like this guy. I want to play like that guy. I want to play like this guy.
I saw Tenacious D. Here. Get on camera and do it. They don't believe you.
Because nobody's believing me.
They don't believe you.
Nobody believes me. All the Eddie Van Halen stuff is just finger tapping, hammer-ons, and pull-offs. I mean, finger tapping. So you go. So you start and you're like. Then you go. Obviously, if it's plugged in, you can hear better. So.
Copyrighted.
Haven't practiced in a while.
The towing job doesn't go as expected.
And it just pulled everything with it. So you can, there's like techniques where you use the pick to Mecca, can you do any David Lee Roth? Like I said, it takes. Like I said, all that is kind of like. So I mean,
greatest song of the world is just A minor.
Which one is what?
A minor.
Here, but like I said, you can. It would take me like a couple weeks just to really shake all the rust off the screws. So.
That's all it is. It's an A minor.
All those country guys really were. Like I said, like Roy Clark were a lot better than people give him credit for. Jimi Hendrix used to say, "What's it like to be?" People used to ask Jimi Hendrix, "What's it like to be the best guitar player in the world?" He said, "I don't know. Go ask Roy Clark." I mean, you can learn, but you can learn yourself. You can learn yourself on. Oh look, it's green screening out. See.
Yeah.
Oh, it's because it's green. That's why. How fortuitous. Well, it's because I'm playing. I'm not playing it. I'm in an awkward position here.
Here, you can take down the green screen.
Well, no, it's not that. I'm in the chair, and the chair's got arms, and I don't want to bash the guitar on the chair. So. But anyway, you guys.
Probably wrap here real quick, and we'll go do something. I don't know what.
Any more Gitbox related questions? I'll be more than happy to answer. Trust me, because once you get me going, I'll go for quite a while. So anyway, it takes about, like I said, it takes about 3 months to become proficient, but it takes.
Watch out for the cup holder. Let me back up from the.
Yeah, it takes about, like I said, it takes about 3 months to become proficient. It takes about it'll take years for you to master the instrument, but you'll never truly master it because everybody has a different playing style. So, I'll tell you, but I always tell people, if I can do it, you can do it, which is probably reassuring to a lot of people. If I can do it, and I am the most physically uncoordinated person going, if I can do this, trust me, you can do this. What time you gonna play Hitman again? Good question. I don't. I'll play. I'll see if I can squeeze a stream in this weekend. At this time, I don't know if we're going anywhere tonight or whatever, but
it's Friday. Do you want to go somewhere?
I don't know what we're doing. It depends what's going on. I'll see if I can squeeze. I'll try to squeeze in the stream again this weekend. I just bought like Super Mega Baseball too for like $5, and that looks really fun. Because there's one thing I'm dying to play is a decent baseball game. But those are actually kind of good. I'd like to play some sort of like listen to Red Elvis. Gorgeous Chrono now. How's my beard coming? Batterson is exposed or something.
Why?
I don't know. And here's the thing, guys. Batterson.
I don't know.
Here's the other thing, guys, too.
Nobody cares.
I mean, I'll get up and leave.
What's on with Batterson? Robert Pattinson?
What's he doing? What's Stoneface doing here? David Beckham, attend Dior runway. They went to a fashion show. He went to a fashion show. Give me an expert guitarist opinion. I love listening to musicians' take on favorite artists. Here's the other thing too. Okay, when I was first learning, obviously, money and wages weren't what they are now, and you adjust for inflation. It was about $350 for a Gibson SG. Now they're about $1,200. They're about $850 to anywhere $850 to $2,000. But there are a lot of instruments now that are very affordable, and they are very good quality. So you don't have to start out on a piece of junk like a lot of people did. I was very fortunate. I scraped and put together money. I saved for 6 months to buy a guitar. I spent about $550. My first guitar was Gibson SG, not Gibson SG, it was a Gibson ES335, which had the neck replaced on it. And somebody doctored the neck. I don't know what the heck he did to it, but you could tell like the neck joint wasn't even. I sold that and I got a Les Paul Custom, and I sold that, and I got the Les Paul I got today. So, and I've had it ever since. That was 1991. But you can get a good instrument. Now we're talking good and really good instruments for around $500. The Yamaha Rev Star was $499. I mean, you can get a good.
What do you like?
Yeah, you play like I said.
Most people are, if they're just starting, they're gonna know if it's good or not.
No, but you're gonna get
They're
something.
Gonna go by how cool it looks or who plays what.
You're gonna get something you're not gonna despise. You're gonna get something you're not gonna despise, and everything now that is made overseas. When you got something that was overseas, it was junk. It was absolute junk years ago. Now, like you said, you have guitars coming out of Korea. They're coming out of Indonesia. A lot of them are coming out of China, with stuff like CNC machines and 3D printing. You're gonna get consistent quality all across the board. The only thing that's gonna suffer is maybe the hardware. It's maybe the hardware is gonna suffer a little bit, and you might want to upgrade that
He's
stuff.
wearing a skirt.
Oh.
Didn't we already say he was a little light in the loafers?
Light on his feet. He's on the melon ball side of the buffet. Ibanez makes some good stuff at $200. Check Sweetwater. Yes. Epiphone is, apart from like producing the Gibson, I don't want to call them knockoffs.
I wouldn't buy one.
Epiphone is very much its own brand. Epiphone has its original instruments like the Riviera, like the Casino, like the Wilshire, like the Coronet, and like the there's another one, the Crestwood. They have original line of instruments. And a lot of the other ones, reproductions, like the SGs are good, the Les Pauls are good, and you have just get a Harley Benton or what equivalent. Yes. Well, yeah. Actually, you know what? Funny thing you say that, Phone Box Chicken.
Yeah, Fender is really relying on the reputation. Gibsons are still pretty solid.
A guy, we were in, where were we, Sam Ash? Somewhere like that. And it says Fender is largely riding on its reputation now.
Fenders are junk. They don't stay in tune.
And I actually talk about Harley Benton. I really want one of those Harley Benton Les Paul Jr. double cuts, because Gibson's only making those out of the custom shop now, and those are $4,000. Riviera. LOL. I used to hang out at Cafe Riviera Hotel and lived in Las Vegas, 94 to 96. Video games are the reason I ended up getting into rock music. Yes, video games. I remember first guitar PRS Custom, 22, youngster, haven't played in 29 years. Man, to be young again. Well, you don't have to be young just to enjoy me. Hey, the big trend now is what you call dad bands. dad bands. You have people getting together with other people, other guys. They're married, they got a couple kids, their kids are grown maybe. They get together, play music, and they get parties. My brother Dino's in a dad band with his buddy Mike, and then a couple other people, and their drummer Al. So that's a big thing now, dad bands. So you get together, you play the music that you grew up listening to. They get gigs at parties and stuff. Yeah, it gives them something to do. It's a hobby. Yeah, exactly. There you go.
You'll embarrass your bratty teenagers who are just now discovering Heart-Shaped Box.
Oh my God, Dad!
Yeah, play Heart-Shaped Box. You can probably play it.
Probably.
You can probably remember it. I don't kind of remember their other one that I can't say the name of. Yeah, there you go. Then you can embarrass your bratty teenagers.
It's like B flat,
every whole
F,
song was
B
just
flat,
like
F,
A,
C minor, E minor, whatever.
Wasn't Doll Parts just A, C, G or something?
Yeah, I think
ridiculous
so.
like
Yeah.
that?
A lot of those songs aren't very hard to learn.
Oh no. Because they all sucked.
That sounds pretty wholesome as far as midlife crisis. Yeah. Dad bands. That's what they're called. Dad bands. Yeah, Sam Ash actually. Like I said, the Ibanez Iceman, the Paul Stanley, $350.
Free gear with purchase $199 or more.
Free gear. What's the free gear? Headphones?
I don't know. Studio swag weekend details.
Okay. Free purchase of $6.99 or more. Oh, they give you like a. The only thing. Should I go get the Yamaha?
If you want.
The only thing.
Oh, here you go. And.
Yeah, well, like I said,
If you want to go.
the only thing. I'll bring up a picture of it. The Rev Star, if I can.
Well, you'd have to do on the other, and I'm kind of doing something here. So.
$13.90. So you see there, that's $6.49.
Well, I don't know where I'm looking. Well, anyway.
Okay, well,
you want to go ahead and wrap her?
Well, like I said, let me here. Hold that.
Because it's hard for me to look when you're sitting there. Well, if that computer isn't hooked up, don't. Nothing's hooked up because I reset everything. You're gonna.
All right, fine. All right, fine.
Because see your full screen, you'd have to resize, go back into green screen.
Man, why did Metallica ever sell out? Money.
What are you gonna pick?
Money. No other reason. Money. How was Hole live?
I can't remember. It was 1995.
I never got to see Nirvana. I need a haircut.
You do. God, it was 94 actually. I think it was December of 94. I don't know. Do you remember? You remember December of 1994? Let me know.
Barely. Kill Ride, Master, best 3 albums. Rolling Stones probably.
I just remember Mazzy Star and the Jesus and Mary Chain didn't do the song that they did together, but they did their own sets.
Jesus and Mary Chain, oh man.
Yeah, but you remember they had a song with the girl from Mazzy Star.
What's my favorite rock band? 3 guesses, and they're all the Beatles. There's the Beatles right here, and there's another list over here with everyone else. And at the top of that everyone else list
Cheap Trick
is Cheap Trick. Just because they're still together. There's Cheap Trick, the Raspberries, Badfinger. There's a bunch of other guys. They're, all right. Do you want to wrap?
Pretty soon,
yeah. I can still keep talking. It's 4:00. So Steely Dan. That thing was not at some point.
I really got into them.
And I said to her the one thing on that Yamaha I don't like. I said $500 is for $499. It's an amazing instrument. The only thing I don't like is the slider switch. The slider switch on it just feels cheap. It just feels cheap. It just feels like they cut corners. And there's something about it just really just doesn't sit well. Revstar clearance sale. Well, they're advertising one. There's still $2,000 for the high end model. So this is So this model I have here. And this slider switch here, that switch there, I really, really don't like. Now, what I might do is I might take it to someone and say, hey, can you put a toggle in it? And then just get something to cover that, or might get something to have them drill.
You can't really see it. It's just... No, I mean, you can't really tell because it's a top picture. You can't tell because it's a top-down.
Yeah, top-down picture. Let me see if I got another picture.
It's all right. We don't...
But I'm just... please let me...
I mean,
like here.
Interacting with the chat, so...
Well, they're listening. They're riveted by my story.
No, they're not.
So anyway, all right, and nobody's interacting. Nice. Yeah, but I don't like that. I don't like that slider switch. So, and I did the measurements of a little like Gibson poker chip rhythm thing would. Need a music stream next time. Also, first time listening segment. Fans recommended bands you never hear of. I want to know more about your tastes in music. Did y'all watch The Last of Us? Chef wants to know if we watched The Last of Us. We watched half of it.
I mean, like halfway.
Halfway. And it was like, all right, you know what? This is kind of a bummer. Let's pick this up maybe later.
Yeah, I'm a music geek, so I hate everything.
So, yeah.
No, I don't think we're going to pick up Last of Us. That's the thing.
Oh, man. Actually, yeah. Go check out.
We're going to finish it.
Go check out the Back to Vegas channel. Actually, there's a very nice
There's a new video there.
new video of the Lunar New Year display, which is the year of the rabbit. Actually, it's very nice, very nice. I was seeing it from. I mean, really, it's, and I edited that. So, yeah, my tastes in music are more. They're more accessible than a lot of people.
Yeah.
Which, take that as you will. Just get guitars, more guitars, which is funny. I'm like, yeah.
But yeah, I do. I normally talk more pop culture because music kind of gets copyright claimed.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, yeah.
But I'm definitely. That's kind of the thing that I usually. I'm definitely a music geek, but I do like talking about the.
Saw Dokken before they broke up. I saw Dokken twice, for some reason. Rob, don't be that guy like at Guitar Center trying to walk out of the store with a Gibson. Don't be like the guy trying to. Guy trying to walk. He tried to shoplift it.
Yeah, the guy tried to shoplift it, and then they just beat the crap out of him.
No. I've been at this. I'm not going to jail for that.
No, he deserved it for hurting a guitar.
No. Yeah. I'm not going to jail for that. I am not going to jail for that.
So yeah, we like the 90s show. We liked Nightcore.
Besides, they lock those up. Go play Stairway to Heaven. I don't know. I never learned how to play Stairway to Heaven. Because funny.
I didn't either. I mean, I got the Woodstock guitar. That might tell you something. Some of my tastes. I mean, I'm the type of person who had the Quill album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like weird, obscure.
Yeah. What was funny about the Yamaha, like I said, I had to go back 3 times to make sure I wasn't matching it. So, anyway, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a great day. Hope everybody is gonna have a good weekend. Hope everybody's got some fun stuff planned. You know,
They have $100 electric guitars.
Dan Electro, $149.
Where?
Go up one more. 12-string Dan Electro, $149.
Why?
Probably because it's probably beat
What's
up.
wrong with it? What's wrong with it? Oh, yeah.
The finish is worn off of it. That's what.
Is that from like the 60s then?
I don't know. The used deal, it says.
Well, yeah, because somebody was trying to do the finish off.
Anybody's trying to, yeah.
You heard it. Oh, I hate you.
Yeah, you harmed this poor guitar.
What's he trying to do? Like saw the... Oh, somebody chopped it up to crap, huh?
It's beat to hell. Somebody's trying to take the finish off and spray paint it. And
why would you do that?
It's abused. It's not used.
They're trying to relic it. Oh, they tried to relic it.
That's carbon.
That's what happens when they try and relic things.
It's carbon fiber to begin with. I mean, it's.
Okay, so yeah, I'm looking at a guitar here on my other computer. Let me see.
Yeah.
I'd have to get in there.
Okay, well, here, you want to get in here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let me hop in.
All right, let me hop in.
I'll hop in the hot seat here. So.
So anyway.
Here, this is how I usually have it set up, and then I green screen it, but we don't have to, right? Yeah, so looking at this guitar, and it's in the Houston store, I'm like, oh no, why would you do this? It's relict. It's like some idiot. This is why I don't like relict guitars. I don't like relict guitars, because look what we do.
Unless they've just been played at age, you know.
Yeah. Here. Well, yeah, if you play it with age, then that's the difference between, like, accidentally dinging it or it just wearing off and completely destroying the crap out of it. Here, where is it? I looked at the top, I'm like, oh, what did they... Oh, they were trying to relic it.
You think
and they
so?
overdid it. I think so. I think so. Because if you look at the back of it,
I mean,
that's somebody trying to relic it.
There's blue paint. What's wrong? What's wrong with the neck heel?
I think they tried to take a chunk out of it, maybe.
That's just.
I don't like the relic Gibson shop ones either. I can't with those either.
You're paying $4,000 for something that's beat to hell.
Yeah, I don't like relic guitars. That sucked because I like those Dan Electro 12 strings. What the hell's wrong with it? Some a-hole probably relicked it.
I mean, I've seen people with there's like naturally aged guitars out there. I'm like, oh, cool. You know, they put a lot of miles on it. It was Randy Jackson electric guitar. Randy Jackson.
I don't know.
They put a lot of miles on them. You know, you can see the paint's all chipped, the finish is all worn away. Okay, well that's years of use. Okay, this thing has been played, but that's just senseless. What's that?
F10 LTD. Those are nice because that's what I have.
Yeah, I sold
fake belt wear. Yeah.
Yeah, that's belt wear.
Fake belt wear.
Belt sander wear, more like.
Fake belt wear.
And I've,
It's like they were trying to relic it.
Yeah, it looks like it. They took a belt sander to it. I sold the Dan Electro actually. That I had. It was just sitting in a gig bag.
It's like I would love a Dan Electro 12 string, but for crying out loud, what did I do to it? It makes me sad. It makes me sad looking at it. Like, this is why I don't like people. People do bad things to things. People can be real jerks sometimes, can't they? Is that it?
That is it. That is it. I think that is a version of it.
Something else.
Well, that's.
No, that's not it.
That's not it, but that's the model. That's not the Paul Stanley variant.
No, they had the Paul Stanley variant, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually had that. They had the wrong price on it then. Because it was literally the same as the other one.
Well, like I said, this is the...
It has name on the top.
Yeah, well... That is the same. That's the Iceman. That's just not the Paul Stanley model.
No, they had that one was.
I know. Rick Nielsen's on stage. The very first thing I went out to get in Japan was a Japanese guitar. He holds that one up. Do you like it?
Maybe not. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I've been live way too long, probably, to know what the crap I'm talking about anymore. It started on Velma, so maybe I'll get some of these Velma videos clipped and put up later. I'm sure we demonetized by now. We usually are. A Gretsch lap guitar? No, thank you. I'm really saddened by that Dan Electro now, that somebody would do that. Because, like, that's an intentional relicking. And I don't like that. Because I've been like, well, that's the last thing I would probably buy. It'd be like a 12-string electric. And I don't know. But yeah, so thank you. I'll probably come back and do some gaming or something fun. There's new stuff in the Fall Guys thing. And there's, what else is going on? It's Friday. It's Friday. It's like Friday. I kind of want to get out and do something for a little bit. What do you guys think? So, thank you so much. We will see you on the next video, live stream, or wherever. Bye. 28 people still.